APIs, or application programming interfaces, are designed to enable or to allow software to communicate effortlessly. But in some other cases, they can be used as an avenue to expose a company's intellectual property in a way that allows someone else to glean or even quietly replicate the core functionalities or the unique elements of a product without directly copying the code used to build said product. Now, APIs are built in such a way that they allow different systems to communicate effortlessly by exposing specific functions, operational commands, or even sharing specific data endpoints. And this is what allows the software or the digital ecosystem to go round. Because with things like, say, payment solutions, e-commerce platforms, logistics services, even social media, and so many other digital services, they rely on the seamless integration provided by these APIs to be able to connect with and serve users through their connection to several other third parties. Unfortunately, the very transparency and seamless integration capabilities that make APIs so powerful and useful also creates legal vulnerabilities, and these vulnerabilities show themselves in two distinct ways. The first is reverse engineering an API, which is basically a situation where a company or the economic value of a company's intellectual property is replicated through observation and interaction rather than a direct copying of the code or a direct theft of the code itself. Reverse infringement or reverse trademark infringement or passing off is once enough data is being ingested, it's then able to replicate what it learned or what it has learned and strip the provider's intellectual property or branding features in that particular product and then present it as an original, which we all know it's not, because you copied directly from, or it was copied or gleaned or replicated. Anyways, these are the two ways, reverse engineering and reverse trademark infringement, in which APIs create legal vulnerability. And so because these APIs are intentionally designed to foster effortless communication between softwares, it becomes very difficult to distinguish replication from legitimate integration. And this very thin line between legitimate integration and replication, once crossed or once breached, it becomes very, very dangerous for companies or for softwares whose core competitive advantage lies in their algorithms or in their data processing workflows or even in their unique platforms. It becomes very dangerous to them because that competitive advantage can quietly be eroded by consistent, continuous integration, continuous interaction, and continuous observation by another system or by another end user who has malicious intent. And so as a forward-looking company interested in protecting the integrity of her systems, this should tell you that API governance should become a part of your intellectual property strategy. This means intentionally creating or intentionally outlining which parts of your system or your which specific functionalities are exposed, implementing rate limits and monitoring patterns of usage, and ensuring that your API terms of service or your API integration policies or agreements directly outline or directly limit or prevent reverse engineering or reverse trademark infringement in its entirety, or even a derivative replication of your system. Make sure that your API terms of service prohibit conspicuously and without mincing words, whether it's derivative replication, whether it's reverse engineering. You can even go a step further and include an attribution mandate in your terms of service, which is basically saying that any endpoint or any user which makes use of or has access to your API and then uses your API or uses the functionalities provided by your API for any reason whatsoever must directly attribute or credit your service as being the reason why they're able to do such a thing. You can also include a clause that states that your API cannot be used to power a competing white labeled product, so that you directly prevent any reverse trademark engineering of your product. And another thing that you can do in your build and in your design, you can inject subtle identifiers into your API, so that even if someone uses it without attributing usage, or even if they use it to power a competing white labeled product, those subtle identifiers can still tell you that those functionalities or unique identifiers belong to you. Because in this day and age, it's very easy to replicate something. You need not directly copy it, you need not directly steal it for you to be able to derive another work from that thing or replicate that thing, as you have clearly seen by what I've shown you today. And I think that brings us to the end of our video today. It's a pretty short one, and yeah, if you found this valuable, please don't forget to hit that like button below, so that this video can be shared to many more amazing people such as yourself.